Hey everyone, this is a guitar tutorial for Demons by Josiah Queen. Before we begin, please consider subscribing to my channel, give this video a like, comment below on what else you'd like to see in the future. Additionally, if you're interested in any of the gear that you see today, there are links in the description below. If you'd like to donate to the channel, you can actually do that by clicking the three dots next to the like button, and you can go from there, and I really appreciate it. Check out my book called How to Save Catholic Schools. It's available on Amazon as we speak. You can also buy some merch on Spreadshop through the link provided in the description. And if you'd like to join my email list, well, you can do that. And if you do, you get my top 8 tuning tips that every musician should know for free. All right, grab your acoustic guitar, and you're going to need a capo today. And let's get started. All right, like I said, you're going to need a capo today, and you're going to be experiencing a lot of different changes with finger picking and some strumming. And I want to be careful with what I say with this because this is a very brand new song. It's only been 2 days, I believe, since the release of the music video. And I think the song was released a couple of days before that. I did get a glimpse of that on YouTube, so you probably were like me, were anticipating the release of the song. Some people had actually asked me to do this prior to the release of the music video, so shout out to some of you who are hungry for some more Josiah Queen. But I want to tell you that if you're not comfortable with finger picking, you may not be able to play the song exactly the way it's supposed to sound. And that's not a bad thing, but I do want to encourage you and prompt you to practice that, because this video will show you on how to do all of those things, at least to the best of my ability. You're going to need to know the following chords, and by the way, your capo is going to go on the 5th fret. Know these chords, please. A minor, C, G, and F major 7. Now, there's a few other nuanced chords in there. I believe C over E is one of them. But if I missed one, I can always come back to it near the end of the video, and you can watch as you're playing along. But I want you to be cautious. When we start the song, there's a little pickup, and Josiah is singing, "Oh, I," and I can't sing that because I just have a terrible voice right now, coming off a cold a couple weeks ago. But all that to say is there's a pickup that he's going to sing, but it doesn't give you a whole lot of time before you start. There's also a lot of hammer-ons that are taking place here, and I just want to walk you through the very, very beginning. Your thumb is going to go on the A string. Your middle finger, and I'm talking about the right hand, by the way, is going to go on the B string. And that's really all you're going to worry about. Your thumb is going to alternate between the A string and the D string when it comes to this A minor chord at the beginning. So notice that my thumb starts on that A string, then my middle finger plucks the B string, I hammer on the D string, I pluck that B string again with that middle finger, and then I start the cycle again. And of course, if you play it at tempo, it would sound like this. Now, I believe that Josiah, or whoever it was playing this on the record with him, was playing the guitar and re-recorded over it. It's just a recording technique. You can play the part all the way through and then record or overdub over it. I don't know if that was actually the case, but I feel like there's sometimes you might hear that high E string play here and there. It doesn't sound sloppy, it just sounds nice and full. I believe that you're actually hearing 2 acoustic guitars simultaneously play almost the same part, but you get a little nuance here and there. But all that to say, that was the very beginning. I'm going to go more in depth as the progression continues, but let's play through the song if you're comfortable with it, and if you're not, stick with me. I'll explain the rest of the picking pattern after the playthrough, and then we'll talk about some strumming patterns that are used in the song. So get ready. Here we go. A minor, C, G, A minor, C, G, A minor, C, G, A minor, G, F, C, G, F, A minor, G, F, A minor, G, A minor, C, G, A minor, C, G, A minor, C, G, A minor, G, F, C, G, F, G, A minor, 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 G, A minor, G, F, C, G, A minor, G, F, A minor, G, F, G, 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 A minor, G, F. Well, everyone, I hope that I was able to help you out with that playthrough. And yes, it is a pretty fast song if you're not used to the strumming pattern. Let's talk about something very simple that anyone can do, and that is that little lead line that happens right before the chorus. It goes like this. It's kind of cool. I really like that. Let's start with the D string. You're going to start on the 2nd fret relative to the capo, which is really the 7th fret of your guitar. That's the D string 2nd fret. Open G, 1st fret B, open on that same string, and then an F major 7. Oh, so good. So obviously it's not that hard, but make sure that you're comfortable playing that, because right after that you're going to have to do. Speaking of which, let's talk about that strumming pattern. Don't let that scare you. If you can get this pattern, you practically have all the strumming that is needed in the song, aside from the whole note strums that happen once in a while. So let's walk you through that. We have the F chord for the chorus. That's the sound that your right hand's going to make while you're strumming that F. And notice my hand isn't going all the way up and down across the entire body of the guitar, because that actually makes me lose time when I'm going too far down or too far up. And if I played no chord again, really slow, down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. That's the pattern that you're going to need to use. Now remember that you have to play that at tempo, so it's going to sound pretty quick. And with no chord. Let's talk about that picking pattern that happens at the beginning. And I showed you that A minor, but there is a step up to the C chord. We call that C over B. There's there's that step up. My middle finger, instead of hammering on the D string, it doesn't have to go too far. It's just going to stay in that second fret, and instead of hammering the D string, I'm going to hammer on the A string. There it is, and I apologize for that buzz. And I have that last pluck on the B string with that middle finger. Now I'm in my C chord shape, and my picking pattern doesn't change with the right hand. I kind of keep the same strings that I'm doing, but my left hand changes the chords. Did you notice that? Now, as I'm playing the C chord, that middle finger is hammering on the D string again. When I get to the G, I have an open B, and the hammer-on is going to go back to the A string. So that whole progression is A minor to C over B to C to G. Nice and slow. And then the pattern just repeats itself. Of course, near the end of the verse and leading into the chorus, you have to stop. I use the back of my middle fingernail to get that sound that I feel is coming from the recording. You can use a pick, and you might have noticed I put it in my lap. Sometimes I like to hide it in my hand. If you've watched my videos in the past, this time around, it's just happening too fast, so I'm kind of cheating and putting my pick on my lap. So walk that through one more time, that A minor to C to G. I'm going to play it at tempo, then I'll slow it down one more time. All right, and let's do it slower. And remember, my right hand doesn't have to change. It's just alternating between the A string and the B string when it comes to your main strings that you're plucking. And then to get that hammer-on sound, that thumb has to drop down one string to the D string. There it goes again. That thumb's going to go down to the D string to get that hammer-on for the C chord. And then here's the G. Now, there is one thing I forgot to mention. When you do play the G chord, of course, the lowest note you play is on the lowest string. So your thumb is going to have to go to the top string to play it accordingly. And the hammer-on happens with the A string, just a reminder for that particular chord. Well, hopefully I was able to help you guys out with that tutorial. I'm sorry I didn't show you everything you may have wanted to watch, but it's a brand new song, and give yourself a little grace, but make sure you can honor the recording and play the parts as much as possible, and you'll have a fun time doing it. If you slow the video down and be patient with yourself, just do that and you'll be fine. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, comment below on what else you'd like to see in the future. If you'd like to donate to the channel, you can click the 3 dots next to the like button and you can go from there, and I really appreciate it. Check out my book called How to Save Catholic Schools. It's available on Amazon as we speak. Go check out my merch. It's available on Spreadshop as well. And if you join my email list, you get my top 8 tuning tips that every musician should know for free. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and have a great week. God bless.